According to Matt Gaetz himself, the House Ethics Committee has now launched new investigations into him to go along with the investigations they were already conducting. And of course, Matt Gaetz is not happy about this. On Monday, Matt Gaetz took to Twitter to let the world know how ridiculous all this is and what he called new frivolous investigations. But here's what Gaetz had to say. The House Ethics Committee has closed 4 probes into me which emerged from lies intended solely to smear me. Instead of working with me to ban congressional stock trading, the Ethics Committee is now opening new frivolous investigations. They are doing this to avoid the obvious fact that every investigation into me ends the same way, my exoneration. This is Soviet. Kevin McCarthy showed them the man, and they are now trying to find the crime. I work for Northwest Floridians who won't be swayed by this nonsense, and McCarthy and his goons know it. Now, I have seen no evidence at all to suggest that 4 House Ethics Committee investigations into Matt Gaetz have been closed. What he is likely referring to is the fact that these investigations kind of sat for a while with no forward momentum once Republicans took over the House. And then, of course, they started the investigations again. The investigations began in the year 2021 when Democrats controlled the House. So he's lying about that part. What's likely happened is that in the course of these investigations, which we know recently they did ramp them up even further, they started calling in witnesses, they got cooperation from Joel Greenberg, Matt Gaetz' Wingman, so it's only logical that when you get more information coming in, you have to go in new avenues with an investigation. So this doesn't seem like, oh, other investigations closed, so they just open new ones. No, this seems like they got new information that said, oh, okay, we now have to go look over here instead of looking over here as much. So Gaetz is engaging in misdirection here. He's also, of course, trying to say, like, why won't you ban congressional stock trading? You're all a bunch of, horrible people getting rich off stocks. Now, he's right about that. That is true. They are doing that. And that is the one good thing Matt Gaetz is doing is he teamed up with AOC on their legislation to ban congressional stock trading. But if he thinks it's just the Republicans on the House Ethics Committee that don't want to do that, he obviously has not been paying attention because unfortunately far too many members, both on the left and right, do not want that legislation passed because they're making too much money. And of course, since that's the only thing Matt Gaetz has done, that's the only thing he can bring up. He goes on to say, of course, that Kevin McCarthy showed them a man and now they're trying to find the crime. That also skews the timeline of how this actually happened. As I mentioned, the investigation began under the Democrats in 2021. And not to mention the fact that the investigation had already been ramped up by Republicans when Matt Gaetz approached Kevin McCarthy and said, hey, you need to put an end to this. And McCarthy said, no, I'm not going to do that. So McCarthy was not Gaetz's enemy until, of course, that point. So, yeah, you're wrong about that as well, Matt. And I'm also, as one of your constituents, unfortunately, I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you on the fact that you're working for Northwest Floridians. We have had multiple different catastrophes and natural disasters come through this area, and I got to tell you, you haven't been here for any of them. You haven't done a damn thing. We had bridges that were knocked down. We had hurricanes. We had a mass shooting on a military base. Where were you throughout any of that? Not here is the answer to that question. So don't act for a second like you're actually trying to do anything for this district when you have done nothing for any of us. He's right about one thing, though. The voters in this district don't care. It's a deep red district, bunch of idiots. Sorry, y'all are. And this is what we get. You vote for stupid people, and you end up with, well, stupidity. But maybe these investigations could change all that. After all, Matt Gaetz doesn't have his primary until August. So there's still time if the House Ethics Committee can get their crap together to release a report that damages Gaetz enough to where maybe, just maybe, he could lose that primary. I'm not betting on it, but it is a little bit of wishful thinking, I guess, on my part. Hey everybody, I don't know if you've noticed this, but we are closing in on a pretty major milestone here at Fair and Balanced as we approach 500,000 subscribers. But we're not there yet, and we definitely need your support. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, like and comment on the videos and share them as widely as possible.